The sky of planet Elysia was a soft purple color as Dury set up his research tools. He was far from Earth, far from home. Dury was a smart young man who studied alien life. He worked for the Korean Interstellar Research Division. His job was to learn about the special plants that grew on Elysia. Elysia was not like Earth. Here, the plants glowed in the dark. They made blue, green, and pink lights that danced in the night. The air was different too. It had tiny bits of crystal that made the sunlight break into little rainbows. Dury wore a light suit that helped him breathe the strange air. His dark hair stuck to his head with sweat as he bent down to look at a flower. This flower had 6 petals that changed color when he got close. Fascinating, Dury said to himself. He took out a small tool to take a sample. The plant seems to sense my presence. Just then, Dury heard a sound. It was like soft bells. He turned around slowly. Standing there was a person, but not a human person. The being looked almost human but was clearly alien. She had skin that shimmered like the inside of a seashell. Her eyes were very large and purple, like the sky. She had no hair, but instead, her head was covered with small, soft-looking bumps that glowed faintly. She wore simple clothes made from what looked like woven grass. Dury froze. This was not in his mission plan. The research team thought Elysia had no smart life forms. They were wrong. The alien girl looked at Dury with her head tilted to one side. She was not afraid. She seemed curious. She pointed at Dury's sample kit and made that bell sound again. Dury's heart was beating fast. He had trained for first contact, but not like this, not alone in a valley far from the research base. "Hello," Dury said softly. He pointed to himself. Dury. The alien girl's eyes got even wider. She touched her chest with 3 long fingers. "Nara," she said. Her voice was musical. Dury smiled. "Nara," he repeated. Nara came closer. She looked at all his tools with great interest. She picked up a small light and turned it over in her hands. Dury took out his translator pad. It was built to learn new languages. He spoke into it and showed Nara how it worked. At first, she just made her bell sound. But after a while, she began to copy Dury's words. "Tool," she said, pointing to the sample kit. "Yes, tool," Dury said with surprise. She was learning very fast. By the time the sun started to set, Nara could say many simple words. Human, earth, star, plant. She learned faster than any human could. The glowing plants began to shine brighter as it got darker. Nara's skin glowed too, with soft blue light. Dury knew he had to go back to base. Dr. Han would be worried. He had to tell everyone about Nara. "I go now," Dury said simply. "I come back tomorrow." Nara nodded. She understood. "Tomorrow," she repeated. Dury packed his tools and started walking back. His mind was racing with thoughts. This changed everything. An intelligent alien life form that could learn human language in hours. When Dury reached the research base, everyone was eating dinner. Dr. Han, the team leader, was the first to see Dury's face. "What happened?" Dr. Han asked. He was older with gray at his temples. His eyes were sharp. "Contact," Dury said, still out of breath from his fast walk. "I made contact with an intelligent life form, a female called Nara." The room went silent. Then everyone started talking at once. Dr. Han raised his hand for quiet. "Tell us everything," he said. His face was serious. "And Dury, we need new rules now. No sharing advanced knowledge. No showing her our technology. We must not change her culture." Dury nodded, but he was thinking about Nara's curious eyes and how fast she learned. It was too late for those rules. Something big had started today. First contact had been made, and nothing would be the same again. For 5 days in a row, Dury met with Nara. Each time, he brought his scanner and other small tools. Dr. Han had given him a list of rules to follow. The main rule was Do not change their way of life. Nera was a fast learner. By the 5th day, she could speak in short sentences. She asked many questions about Earth and humans. Why your skin not glow? She asked Dury on the 5th day. They sat in a small clearing where blue flowers gave off soft light. Humans don't have glowing skin, Dury explained. Your skin is special. Nera smiled. Her teeth were small and pearly. I show you my home soon. Yes, I would like that, Dury said. He held up his scanner. May I? Nera nodded. She was used to Dury's tools now. Dury waved the scanner over Nera's arm. The screen showed what was inside her body. Dury's eyes got wide. He checked the screen again. What he saw was amazing. Inside Nera's body were billions of tiny living things. They were too small to see without help. They looked like little stars. These tiny beings were all through her body, but most were in her brain and skin. Nara, Dury said slowly, there are small life forms inside you. Nera looked confused. Inside me? What are you talking about? Her voice went up in surprise. She looked down at her arms as if she could see through her skin. Dury tried to explain. Tiny, tiny beings. Too small to see. They live in your body, but they don't hurt you. They help you. Nera's face showed she didn't understand. In her world, they had never made tools to see very small things. The idea that tiny beings could live inside her body was new and strange. Show me, she said. Dury adjusted his scanner to show the tiny life forms on the screen. The small beings glowed just like Nera's skin. Dury named them luminates because of their light. All illusions have these, Dury asked, using the name for Nera's people. I don't know, Nera said. She touched the screen with wonder. You have these in you. No, Dury said. Humans don't have luminates. I think they help you learn fast. They help your skin glow. They make you special. Nera was quiet for a long time. This was a big thing to learn about herself. When Dury got back to the research base that night, Jin was waiting for him. Jin was another researcher, younger than Dury, with a round face. Dr. Han had sent him to watch Dury and Nera. Dr. Han wants to see you, Jin said. He's not happy. In Dr. Han's office, Dury showed his scans of the luminates. This is a big discovery, Dury said. The luminates and the illusions live together in a way that helps both. It's called symbiosis. Dr. Han frowned. You're getting too close to the alien girl. You showed her things about herself that her people don't know. That could change their whole culture. But Nera has a right to know about her own body, Dury said. Your job is to study plants, not change an alien culture, Dr. Han said in a hard voice. From now on, Jin will go with you to meet Nera. Dury felt upset, but he nodded. He didn't want to stop seeing Nera. She was the most interesting person he had ever met. That night, Dury couldn't sleep. He kept thinking about the luminates. Why did they live inside the illusions? Where did they come from? Did they make Nera's people so smart and able to learn so fast? And what would happen when Nera told her people about the tiny beings inside them? Would it change how they saw themselves? One thing was sure. The discovery of the luminates was just the start of something much bigger. And Dury was right in the middle of it all. The next time Dury went to meet Nera, Jin came with him. Jin was quiet and watched everything with sharp eyes. He carried a small recorder to document everything. Nera was waiting for them in the usual spot. Her skin glowed brighter when she saw Dury. She looked at Jin with her head tilted. This is Jin, Dury said. He works with me. Nera nodded to Jin. Hello, Jin. Then she turned to Dury with excitement. Today I show you my world. Yes, yes, please, Dury said. He was happy Nera still wanted to share things with him. Nera led them away from the clearing, up a winding path. Jin followed, keeping notes on his pad. First, I show you singing stones, Nera said. They walked for an hour until they reached a large cave opening. Inside, crystal formations grew from floor to ceiling in all colors. Nara touched one blue crystal. It made a clear, ringing sound. She touched another. A different note played. "Wow," Duri said. He touched a crystal. It sang for him too. "We make music here," Nara explained. She touched several crystals in order. A simple song filled the cave. Jin touched a crystal too. His eyes showed he was impressed. Next, Nara took them to a grove of tall trees. These trees had trunks that glowed with moving lights, like messages running up and down. "Trees talk," Nara said. "They warn each other of danger. They share food underground. On Earth, some trees do this too," Duri told her. "But they don't glow when they do it." Nara smiled. Last special place now. They climbed a steep hill. At the top, Duri gasped. Floating in the air were small islands of rock and soil. Plants grew on them. Some had tiny waterfalls that dropped water to the ground far below. "How?" Duri asked. Jin was taking pictures with wide eyes. "Special rocks make them float," Nara said. "In warm season, islands go high. In cold season, they come down." After seeing these wonders, they sat on the hillside. Now it was Duri's turn to share. From his pack, he took a small device. It showed 3D images in the air. He showed Nara pictures of Earth. First, he showed the oceans. Great blue waters that went to the horizon. "So much water," Nara said in wonder. "We have only small seas." Then Duri showed cities. Seoul at night, with tall buildings full of lights. "Stars on ground," Nara whispered. She tried to touch the image. Duri showed mountains, deserts, forests, and animals from Earth. Nara asked questions about everything. Jin watched quietly, making notes. "People on Earth all look like you?" Nara asked. "No," Duri said. "Humans come in many colors and shades. We have different cultures and languages. But we are all the same inside." "Like Elysians," Nara said. "My people live in different places, some by water, some in high places, some in deep woods. We look different but same inside." She paused. "Except we all have tiny star beings in us. Luminates." Duri noticed that Nara had told her people about the Luminates. "What did your people think about that?" First, they not believe. Then they surprised. Now they want to know more. She looked at Duri with her big eyes. "We never knew we share our bodies. It changes how we see ourselves." The sun began to set. It was time to go back to base. As they walked, Jin spoke quietly to Duri. "These people are more advanced than we thought. Not in technology, but in understanding their world. Dr. Han needs to know this." Duri nodded. "Nara's people live in balance with their planet. They know things we have forgotten on Earth." That night, Jin reported to Dr. Han. "The relationship is good for our research. We're learning much about Elysia." Dr. Han nodded slowly. "But be careful what technology we show them. Their way of life is precious. We must not change it too fast." Duri lay in his bed thinking about the wonders Nara had shown him. Even with all of Earth's technology, humans had much to learn from the Elysians about living in harmony with their world. One morning, Duri waited at the usual meeting spot, but Nara did not come. Jin stood nearby, checking his watch. "Something is wrong," Duri said. "Nara is never late." They waited another hour. Still no Nara. "We should go look for her village," Duri decided. He had never gone there before. Nara had always met him in the forest. Jin looked worried. "Dr. Han won't like that." "What if Nara needs help?" Duri asked. Jin could not argue with that. They followed the path Nara had shown them before. After walking for 2 hours, they saw small round houses built among the glowing trees. This was the Elysian village. As they got closer, they saw Elysians moving around. Some had skin that was green, others blue or purple. All had the same large eyes as Nara. The Elysians saw Dury and Jin. They did not run or look afraid. One older Elysian with deep blue skin came forward. "You are Dury," the older Elysian said. "Nera speaks of you." "Yes, I am Dury. This is Jin. Where is Nara? Is she okay?" The older Elysian's face looked sad. "Nera is sick. Her light fades. We do not know why. Come." The Elysian led them to a small house. Inside, Nera lay on a bed made of soft moss. Her skin, once bright with light, was now dim. Her eyes were closed. Dury rushed to her side. "Nara, can you hear me?" Nera's eyes opened slowly. "Dury," she said in a weak voice, "you came." Dury took out his scanner. He checked Nera's body. What he saw made his heart sink. The luminates inside her were dying. "The tiny beings inside you are sick," Dury explained to Nera and the older Elysian. "Has anything changed in the past days?" The older Elysian shook his head. "Nothing has changed." But Dury's mind was racing. What was different? Then he remembered. The research team had set up atmospheric samplers all around the forest 3 days ago. These machines took samples of the air to study. "Jin, the samplers use a chemical that might be hurting the luminates," Dury said. "We need to take Nera to our base. Dr. Sunhee can help her." Jin looked unsure. "Dr. Han will not." "I don't care what Dr. Han thinks right now," Dury cut in. "Nera is dying." Jin saw the look in Dury's eyes and nodded. "Okay, let's take her." They explained to the older Elysian that they could help Nera at their base. The Elysian agreed, seeing how weak Nera was getting. Dury carried Nera all the way back to the research base. Her body felt cold. The glow in her skin was almost gone. When they reached the base, Dr. Han was waiting outside. His face was like a storm. "What have you done? You brought an alien into our base. This breaks every rule." "She's dying," Dury said. "Our samplers are killing the luminates inside her." "The what?" Dr. Han's face changed from angry to confused. "There's no time to explain. We need Dr. Sunhee now." Dr. Sunhee was the team's medical expert. She was a kind woman with gentle hands. She took one look at Nera and led them to the lab. "Put her here," Dr. Sunhee said, pointing to a medical bed. Dr. Sunhee and her team worked fast. They took samples of Nera's blood and studied the dying luminates. Hours passed as Dury waited outside the lab. Jin stayed with him. "The luminates and Elysians need each other," Dr. Sunhee explained when she finally came out. "It's not just that the luminates help Elysians. Elysians can't live without them." "Can you save her?" Dury asked. "We're trying. We've created a solution that might help the luminates recover. But there's something else." Dr. Sunhee looked excited despite being tired. "The luminates have structures like human brain cells. They're more like us than we thought." Dr. Han, who had been listening, looked shocked. "This changes everything. If the luminates are that similar to human cells. Right now, I only care about saving Nera," Dury said. As they talked, a nurse called from the lab. "Doctor, come quick. Something's happening." They all rushed back into the lab. Nera's skin was starting to glow again. The treatment was working. The luminates were coming back to life. Dury felt a huge wave of relief wash over him. Nera would live, but now they knew just how special the bond between Elysians and luminates really was. Nera stayed at the research base to recover. Dury visited her every day. By the 3rd day, her skin glowed almost as bright as before. The luminates inside her were getting healthy again. Dr. Sunhee ran many tests. She was amazed by how fast Nera was healing. "The luminates repair damage quickly," she told Dury. On the 4th day, something strange happened. Nara was looking at a science book in the recovery room. It was a book about human biology. She should not have been able to understand it. The words were too hard, even for someone learning human language. But when Dr. Sunhee came in, Nera looked up and said, The human heart is like the Elysian heat center, but it has 4 parts instead of 3. Dr. Sunhee's mouth fell open. How do you know that? It's in this book, Nara said simply. Dury was called in. He found Nara drawing complex human cells on a pad. She had never seen such things before. Nara, how do you understand these things? Dury asked. Nara looked confused. I don't know. I see the pictures, and I just know. Dr. Sunhee had a theory. The Luminates have been exposed to human knowledge here at the base. They might be adapting to understand human concepts. That same day, Dr. Sunhee asked to run a new test. She wanted to see what would happen if Dury and Nara touched while she monitored the Luminates. It's safe, she promised. Just hold hands for a minute. Dury and Nara sat facing each other. Slowly, Dury reached out and took Nara's hand. The moment their skin touched, both gasped. Dury saw flashes of memories that were not his own. A young Nara learning to swim in a glowing lake. The taste of sweet blue fruits that grew high in the trees. The feeling of morning dew on skin that could sense every drop. Nara's eyes were wide. I saw your world. The big city with many lights. The smell of food cooking. A woman who looks like you. Your mother. Dr. Sunhee was watching her screens with excitement. The Luminates are creating a bridge between your nervous systems. You're sharing memories and sensations. I'm calling it neural resonance. For the next few days, Dr. Sunhee ran more tests. Each time Dury and Nara touched, they shared more memories. They felt each other's emotions too. It was like nothing anyone had ever seen before. Dr. Han called a meeting of all the researchers. This discovery is bigger than anything we expected, he said. His face was serious. The Luminates can connect human and Elysian minds. Think of what this means. Jin spoke up. It means we can truly understand each other. Not just words, but feelings and memories. It also means power, Dr. Han said. If someone wanted to control the Elysians, they could use this connection. A heavy silence fell over the room. No one had thought of that dark possibility. We need to keep this secret, Dr. Han decided. All findings about neural resonance are now classified. And, he looked at Dury, we will be leaving Elysia in 1 month. The research mission is ending. Dury felt like ice had filled his stomach. Leave Elysia. Leave Nara. How could he do that now? After the meeting, Dury went to see Nara. She was much better now, and would soon return to her village. She smiled when she saw him, but her smile faded when she saw his face. What is wrong? She asked. Dury couldn't bring himself to tell her they were leaving. Instead, he took her hand. The neural resonance happened at once. Nara saw the meeting in his memories. She felt his sadness and worry. She pulled her hand away, her eyes filled with hurt. You will leave us, after all we have shared. I don't want to, Dury said, but Dr. Han has ordered it. Nara stood up, her skin glowing brighter with emotion. Your people fear what they don't understand. The connection between us is a gift, not a weapon. Dury knew she was right, but he also knew he had to find a way to protect Nara and her people. Something told him that once Earth learned about the Luminates and neural resonance, they would want to study it, maybe even control it. He had to make a choice. Follow orders or find a way to protect the Elysians. Dury couldn't sleep that night. His mind was full of worry. He got up and went to the research lab. It was empty and dark. Only the glow of computer screens lit the room. He sat down and began to search the mission database. There had to be a reason why Earth wanted to study Elysia. Why this planet, out of so many others? Dury typed in search words, Elysia, and first discovery. The screen showed files he had never seen before. Files that needed special permission to open. Using Dr. Han's password that he had seen once, Dury opened the files. What he read made his heart beat faster. Elysia was not a new discovery. Humans had been here before, thousands of years ago. Ancient records showed that early space travelers had visited this planet and studied its life forms. This can't be right, Dury whispered to himself. He kept reading. The old records had notes about experiments. The Earth scientists had been studying the tiny life forms that lived on Elysia. They had been changing them, making them different. With a cold feeling, Dury realized the truth. The Luminets might not be natural. They might have been created by humans long ago, created to bond with the Elysians and change them. What are you doing? Dury jumped. Dr. Hand stood in the doorway, his face hard in the blue light of the screens. You knew, Dury said. You knew humans had been here before. You knew about the Luminets. Dr. Hand was quiet for a long moment. Then he sighed and sat down. Not everything. But yes, some people on Earth knew that Elysia had been visited before. They sent us here to check on an old experiment. Experiment? Dury felt sick. You mean the Luminets? Dr. Hand nodded. The Luminets were created to form a bond with the Elysians, to make them smarter, to help them evolve faster. Why would ancient humans do that? The records don't say exactly, but some people on Earth now want to study the Luminets for military use. They think the Luminets could make human soldiers stronger and smarter. Dury thought of Nara, how bright and kind she was, how her people lived in peace with their world. And now humans wanted to use the Luminets as a weapon. We can't let that happen, Dury said. It's not our choice, Dr. Hand said. Orders are orders. In the recovery room, Nara was not sleeping either. She had learned more about human technology by watching and listening. She knew how to use the computer now. Quietly, she slipped out of bed and went to a computer station. Her fingers moved over the keys, looking for information about the research mission, about the Luminets. What she found broke her heart. She learned that humans had been to her world long ago, that they had made the Luminets that lived inside her people, that the humans now wanted to take the Luminets for themselves. She felt betrayed. Had Dury known this all along? Had his kindness been a lie? With tears in her eyes, Nara left the recovery room. She found a door that was not locked and slipped outside. The night was cool on her skin. She had to get back to her village. She had to warn her people. The next morning, Dury went to check on Nara. The recovery room was empty. One of the side doors was open. Nara was gone. She's gone back to her village, Jin said when Dury found him. The guards saw her leaving in the night. They tried to stop her, but she was too fast. She must have learned about the Luminets, Dury said, about what some humans want to do. Dr. Sunhee came into the room, looking worried. Earth has sent a message. A military ship is coming to Elysia. They want to secure the resource. They're talking about the Luminets. Dury looked at Jin and Dr. Sunhee. He saw the same fear in their eyes that he felt. We have to do something, Dury said. We can't let them treat the Elysians like lab animals. Jin nodded. I agree. But what can we do against a military ship? Dury's face was set with new purpose. We can warn the Elysians. We can help them. And maybe we can show Earth that the Luminets are not a weapon to be used. They're a bridge between our peoples. 3 days later, the military ship from Earth arrived. It was large and gray, much bigger than the small research vessel that had brought Dury and his team. It landed in a flat area 1 mile from the research base. Soldiers in dark uniforms marched out. Their leader was Commander Yoon, a tall man with a hard face and short gray hair. He came to the research base with 10 soldiers. Dr. Han, Commander Yoon said. His voice was cold. Your team has made an important discovery. The Luminets will help Earth greatly. Take us to the Elysian village. Dr. Han looked nervous. Commander, these people are intelligent beings. We can't just take what's inside them. Commander Yoon's eyes narrowed. We have orders. Earth needs this resource. Show us where the aliens live. Dury stepped forward. The Elysians aren't just aliens. They're people with their own culture. And the Luminets keep them alive. You can't take them. Who is this? Commander Yoon asked Dr. Han. Dury, our xenobiologist, Dr. Han said quietly. Well, Dury, your job is to study alien life, not tell me what to do. Commander Yoon turned to his soldiers. We'll find this village ourselves. Prepare to move out. Dury looked at Jin and Dr. Sunny. They had to act now. While Commander Yoon was busy with his soldiers, Dury, Jin, and Dr. Sunny slipped away from the base. They ran through the forest toward the Elysian village. They had to get there first to warn Nera and her people. The Elysian forest helped them. The glowing plants lit their way. They knew the paths from their weeks of research. The soldiers would have to move slowly through the strange woods. When they reached the village, they found the Elysians ready. Nera stood with the older Elysian, who was named Heil. They had watchers in the trees who had seen the big ship land. We know they come for the luminates inside us, Nera said. Her face was sad but strong. We will not let them take what makes us who we are. Dury explained quickly. The soldiers have weapons, but they don't know this forest like you do. We need to confuse them, leave them away from the village. Nera had a plan. The glowing plants respond to us. We can make them shine in patterns to confuse the humans. She showed them how Elysians could touch certain plants and make them glow brighter or go dark. The Elysians spread out through the forest. When the soldiers came, the glowing plants made strange light patterns. Paths that were there 1 minute were gone the next. Lights that looked like Elysians moving led the soldiers in circles. Commander Yoon was getting angry. His soldiers were lost in the ever-changing lights. Then they found the crystal caves. The singing stones confused them more, making sounds that seemed to come from all directions. But one group of soldiers found a real path to the village. Nera was there, standing brave. Commander Yoon pointed his weapon at her. Don't move, he ordered. You're coming with us for study. Dury ran between them. No. If you want to understand the luminates, there's another way. Before Commander Yoon could stop him, Dury reached out and took Nera's hand. The neural resonance began at once. Then, with his other hand, Dury grabbed Commander Yoon's arm. A three-way connection formed. Commander Yoon gasped as Nera's memories flooded into his mind. He saw her life, felt her feelings. He saw how the Elysians lived in peace, how they cared for their world. He felt Nera's fear and sadness when she learned humans wanted to take the luminates from her people. At the same time, Nera saw Commander Yoon's memories. She saw that he had once been a boy who loved nature, who had joined the military to protect his people. She felt his confusion now, as his orders clashed with what he was feeling. Commander Yoon pulled away, breathing hard. His face had changed. The hardness was gone, replaced by wonder and shame. What was that? He asked. That's how the luminates work, Dury said. They don't make weapons. They make understanding. Commander Yoon ordered his soldiers to lower their weapons. He was still shaken by what he had felt through the neural resonance. For the first time, he had truly understood another being's mind. We need to talk, he said to Dury and Nera. All of us. They gathered in the Elysian village center. Commander Yoon, Dr. Han, Dury, Jin, Dr. Sunny, Nera, and Tal sat in a circle. The other Elysians watched from a distance, their skin glowing with different colors that showed their feelings. As they sat there, something strange began to happen. The luminates in Nera and the other Elysians started to glow brighter than ever before. It was like they were responding to so many humans being present. Dr. Sunny's scanner showed unusual activity. The luminates are changing their pattern. It's like they're trying to communicate. Nera gasped. Her eyes went wide. I can hear them. The luminates. They're speaking to me. Everyone was quiet, watching Nera. Her skin pulsed with light as she listened to something only she could hear. They say they have waited for this day, Nera said slowly. The day when humans would return. Return? Commander Yoon asked. Nera nodded. The luminates were not made by humans to control us. They were. She searched for the right words. A gift. A way to save knowledge. Dury leaned forward. What do you mean? Long ago, the humans who came here saw that their own people were changing. They were using more machines, becoming separate from nature. These humans were afraid that important knowledge would be lost. So they created the Luminates to hold that knowledge, to keep it safe until humans were ready to remember. Dr. Han looked amazed. You mean the Luminates are like a living library? Yes, Nara said. They hold the old wisdom of Earth, how to live with nature, not against it, how to feel connected to all living things. Tail spoke up. The Luminates chose us, the Elysians, to be their keepers. They helped us grow and learn. They waited for the day humans would return to learn from them again. Commander Yoon's face showed he was struggling with this idea. Are you saying we shouldn't take the Luminates back to Earth? No, Nara said. The Luminates say there is another way. Some humans can form a bond with Luminates, like Elysians do. Not to take them from us, but to share what they know. Dr. Sunhee looked excited. A controlled symbiosis between selected humans and Luminates. It could work. We could learn from them without harming the Elysians. Commander Yoon stood up and walked a few steps away. He was thinking hard. Finally, he turned back to the group. I came here with orders to secure a resource, he said, but what I've seen and felt today is more important than those orders. He looked at Dr. Han. I'm changing the mission. We will not take the Luminates by force. Instead, we will establish a new kind of relationship with the Elysians, a partnership. Dr. Han smiled with relief. A wise decision, Commander. Dury looked at Nara, who was glowing with happiness. So humans will stay on Elysia. Commander Yoon nodded. A small group. Scientists, not soldiers. They will learn from the Elysians and the Luminates, and maybe, if the Luminates agree, some humans might try to form a bond with them. Who will stay? Jin asked. Volunteers only, Commander Yoon said. This is too important to force anyone. Dury knew at once that he would stay. He couldn't leave Nara and the wonders of Elysia. Dr. Sunhee raised her hand too. I would be honored to stay and learn, she said. Jin smiled. Count me in too. That night, there was a celebration in the village. Humans and Elysians sat together, sharing food and stories. The glowing plants seemed brighter, as if they too were happy. Dury sat with Nara, watching everyone. This morning, I thought there would be fighting, he said. Now look at us. Nara's skin glowed a soft blue color that Dury had learned meant she was content. The Luminates always knew this day would come. They waited thousands of years for humans to be ready to listen again. And we almost missed the message, Dury said. We thought we were discovering you, but really, we were finding a part of ourselves we had lost. 1 year passed on Elysia. The small human settlement near the Elysian village had grown into a place of learning and sharing. 20 humans now lived there. They had built simple homes that worked with the land, not against it. Dury walked along a path between the two communities. The path was well worn now from all the visits back and forth. He smiled as he saw children playing together, human children and Elysian children, sharing games and laughter. So much had changed in 1 year. After Commander Yoon had returned to Earth with most of his soldiers, he had told the truth about Elysia and the Luminates. Many people on Earth had been angry at first. They had wanted the Luminates for making weapons or for making people stronger. But when the first videos and stories from Elysia reached Earth, people began to change their minds. They saw the beauty of a world where people lived in balance with nature. They heard about the ancient wisdom the Luminates had kept safe. Now humans came to Elysia to learn, not to take. Dury reached the medical building where Dr. Sunhee worked. Inside, Jin was lying on a bed. He looked both nervous and excited. Today's the day, Dury said to his friend. Jin nodded. I've been preparing for months. Dr. Sunhee says I'm ready. Dr. Sunhee came in, followed by Nara. Nara's skin glowed with a warm golden light. She had become the main teacher for the humans who wanted to learn from the Luminates. Jin has passed all the tests, Dr. Sunny said. His body should accept the luminates without problems. Nera stepped forward. The luminates have also agreed. They are ready to bond with Jin. This was a big step. Jin would be the first human to fully bond with the luminates, not just touch them through neural resonance. The luminates would live inside him, like they lived inside the Elysians. The process was simple but special. Nara took Jin's hand. Then Dr. Sunny used a small device to create a tiny cut on both their palms. As their blood mixed, the luminates moved from Nara to Jin. For a moment, nothing seemed to happen. Then Jin's skin began to glow faintly. Not as bright as in Elysians, but with a definite soft light. "I can feel them," Jin whispered. "They're talking to me, showing me things." Over the next few days, Jin began to change. He could understand Elysian language without learning it. He could feel the moods of the plants and animals around him. Most of all, he felt connected to everything in a way he never had before. 5 more humans went through the same process. Each one learned different things from the luminates. Some learned about plants that could heal. Others learned about ways to grow food without hurting the land. All of them felt more peaceful and whole. But the biggest surprise came 3 months later. A baby was born to 2 of the human settlers. From birth, this child's skin had a faint glow. Somehow, the baby had been born ready to bond with luminates. "The humans are changing," Nara told Duri as they watched the baby sleep. "The luminates say this is how it was meant to be, humans and Elysians growing together, learning from each other." News of the glowing human baby spread to Earth. Scientists were amazed. It seemed that living on Elysia, breathing its air, eating its food, had changed the humans at a deep level. They were evolving to be more like the Elysians. One evening, Duri and Nara stood on a hill overlooking both communities. The lights of the human homes mixed with the natural glow of the Elysian dwellings. It was hard to tell where one ended and the other began. "Remember when we first met?" Duri asked. "You were so surprised about the luminates." Nara laughed. Her laugh was like music. "Inside me, what are you talking about?" I couldn't believe it. "And now look," Duri said. "Humans and Elysians sharing the luminates, learning the old wisdom together." Nara took Duri's hand. Their skin glowed where they touched, the luminates happy with the connection. "This is just the beginning," she said. "Our children will be something new, not just human, not just Elysian. Something better, something that remembers the past but looks to the future." As stars appeared in the purple sky, Duri knew she was right. Humanity had found its way back to an ancient truth that all living things are connected. And through that connection, both humans and Elysians would grow into something wonderful and new.